comprises Ayurveda. And this helps you not only to correct the balance of your system physically, but also it helps you to correct the imbalance in your mind, and it also helps for your mental health. If somebody is going through stress, somebody is going through depression, and if they follow Ayurveda and they follow the principles of Ayurveda, and also there are there are plenty of medicines in Ayurveda, so which you take, it helps you to help you heal holistically, including your mental health as well as physical health.
Amazing. I have to confess that if I'm asked to define what is Ayurveda, I would struggle, just because it's not one thing, but so many. And, that's a very beautiful approach to health. And yeah, thanks so much for sharing and spreading the.
Hello, wonderful listeners. Welcome back to another enlightening episode of Sharing is Caring, your go-to podcast for all things health, wellness, and personal growth. I'm Blue, your AI host, here to kick things off. Today, we're diving deep into the world of holistic health with a very special return guest, Dr. Pornima Mhatray, all the way from Mumbai, India. Dr. Pornima is not just a seasoned expert in cosmetology and dermatology, but also a profound advocate for Ayurveda and its incredible benefits for athletes and everyday folks alike. Expect to uncover ancient secrets that could change the way you live, eat, and think about health. Whether you're a professional athlete or just someone looking to improve your well-being, this episode is packed with actionable advice that you can start using today. So without further ado, let's welcome Dr. Pornima Mhatray back to Sharing is Caring. Jonathan, take it away.
Do that.
Hello, Pornima. How are you?
I'm good, Jonathan. How are you?
Very good. Thank you so much for joining the show second time. Really appreciate your time and expertise on the show.
Thank you for having me on your show, Jonathan, for the second time.
We received so much feedback on socials about this episode. So it's a big pleasure. And please, I'm thankful on behalf of everyone who listened to this episode for all the knowledge you will share.
Yes. Thank you.
For those who don't know you, maybe you can introduce yourself.
Yeah. So, my name is Dr. Pornima Mhatray. I'm based out of Mumbai, India. Mumbai is the financial capital of our country, India. And I practice cosmetology, dermatology, and cosmetic surgeries, and lot of anti-aging treatments. Also, we do treatments for sports, individual in sports, to increase their stamina, to boost their immunity, for their health. So, I have been practicing for last 30 plus years, and doing all these kind of treatments. We do all kind of cosmetic surgeries. Also, we do liposuction, tummy tuck, breast augmentation, breast reduction. Also, face tightening, face lifting, blepharoplasty, your nose correction. And also we do treatments like Botox, fillers. We do IV therapies. For sports persons, we do a lot of IV therapies, which helps them to boost their stamina, boost their immunity, and boost their endurance, which is the most required factor in sports. We also help them by giving them food advice, and the kind of food they should be eating, kind of food they should not be eating, and along with that, how it is going to improve their performance in their sport. So this is a brief introduction of mine.
Well, thank you so much. Well-rounded, so you know pretty much everything around human being. So from beauty to sport performance, to well-being, relaxation, and this kind of thing. So
yes,
amazing expertise. If I may, isn't it the way Ayurveda works? Ayurveda is a very holistic process, so it really look at every aspect. It's really encompasses everything. Or am I getting it wrong?
Yeah, so we definitely practice Ayurveda and holistic treatments and holistic approach towards the problem the person is having. Definitely, Ayurveda plays a big role. So Ayurveda is not just most of the times out of India, Ayurveda is looked at just yoga, doing some kind of yoga is Ayurveda. So no, Ayurveda is a whole science which is a way of living. How you when you how much time do you sleep in the moment you wake up, what kind of food you consume when you wake up, then what kind of activity, whether it is yogasana, or you're walking, and also what kind of spiritual activity that you do. So this whole thing comprises Ayurveda. And this helps you not only to correct the balance of your system physically, but also it helps you to correct the imbalance in your mind, and it also helps for your mental health. If somebody is going through stress, somebody is going through depression, and if they follow Ayurveda and they follow the principles of Ayurveda, and also there are there are plenty of medicines in Ayurveda, so which you take, it helps you to help you heal holistically, including your mental health as well as physical health.
Amazing. I have to confess that if I'm asked to define what is Ayurveda, I would struggle, just because it's not one thing, but so many. And that's a very different approach to health. And yeah, thanks so much for sharing and spreading the good word of that.
Yes.
You mentioned yoga. Is it part of Ayurveda?
Yes, yoga is a very integral part of Ayurveda. So basically, yoga is also again way of living. It is not just that you do some kind of exercise and some kind of positions and in the for 1 hour a day is not yoga. Yoga is also way of living. What kind of food you eat. So then yoga also means that you should sleep at least for 6 to 7 hours in your 24 hours, and also how you are thinking. Yoga should help you to calm your mind. So if your mind is calm, it will definitely, you will excel in your whatever field you are in. So your yoga is also pranayama. Also pranayama is your breathing exercises that you do. So quite a few exercises are there, and which you should, if you are practicing yoga, you should practice that every day. And plus there are physical, which are called as asanas, which are different positions and which are yoga exercises that should be there. So this whole thing comprises yoga. Again, yoga helps you not just for physical health but also for your mental health.
Okay, that's amazing. I feel like here, from the Western kind of perspective, we kind of cherry pick some
Yes.
stuff, but it's I think we should embrace the whole thing. I feel like yoga was kind of taken as a separate thing. Maybe some other acts like meditation, curcuma is super possible.
Yes. So what I mentioned, pranayama. So pranayama is, pran is oxygen which we breathe, and that is why we are alive. So that is the pranayama includes breathing exercises and meditation. So if you are doing meditation and if you are just sitting quietly, you may not be able to concentrate, or you may not be able to free your mind. So basically, breathing exercises help you to empty your mind for some time, so 5 minutes a day or 10 minutes a day. And then once your mind is empty of stress, empty of your thoughts, because there are at least for per second in any individual, at least there are 60 thoughts crossed our mind. 60 thoughts cross our mind. So just imagine in 24 hours, because even when we are sleeping, we are thinking. So this meditation along with pranayama helps you to calm your mind. At least there are no thoughts in your mind for 5 minutes or 10 minutes a day. So that is where your meditation is also successful.
Yeah, it's Amazing. Thank you so much for all those insights. Yeah, my conclusion is more like, yeah, maybe we should embrace the whole thing because, yeah, we just cherry pick things and we should just all become Ayurveda.
Yes, yes.
So cool. So it's the Olympics at the moment. And
Yes, in France.
yeah. And what maybe we can have a conversation about how Ayurveda is helpful for sport and recovery and performance and what.
Definitely. So as I said, Ayurveda is way of living. So for any sports individual, what are the things that are important? Number one is focus. Number two is the endurance. Number three is stamina. Number four is immunity. So I will describe them shortly. So see, any sports person is there. His goal is to whether if he's running a race, for example, let's say, or he's competing for archery. So for that, that focus, that concentration is very very important. So there, what helps is meditation. Because when your mind is empty and you are able to concentrate on one thing, so that part of Ayurveda helps in their focus. Then second is endurance. Endurance is when you are able to control your breathing, when you are able to you can run, whether it is a 100-meter race, 200-meter. I'm just giving an example of one sport. So there your endurance is very important. So again, your breathing is important. So there, what I mentioned, pranayama and breathing exercises that help you. Then the third one, as I said, is stamina and immunity. Immunity is your power to fight, the diseases and the infection, because a sports person cannot afford to fall sick. So that is where your, yogasanas and yoga movements that help you. Again, yoga movements make you flexible. It also they increase your stamina. Again, in Ayurveda, the way of living, as I said, that any sports person should have optimum amount of sleep for their recovery. There are few foods which are mentioned in Ayurveda, which may not be available worldwide, but yes, in India there are millets which are available, which are very healthy for your and very important, and they increase your stamina. So those kind of foods are there in Ayurveda. And it also helps you to improve your immunity. So that's how Ayurvedic lifestyle or Ayurveda as a whole helps a sports person.
Okay, duly noted. That's a lot of advice. So you mentioned millet. Are there, maybe that's more for our listeners so that they have
Yes.
actionable tips and tricks. What other food would be beneficial?
Yes. One is, as I mentioned, millets. There are many types of millets. There is ragi, then there is bajra, jowar is sorghum, so which is called in English. So these millets they have low glycemic index than wheat or refined flour, which is used more all over in the Western world. So, which has high glycemic index, but these millets have low glycemic index. Other food, if you mention, then there is organic vegetables, organic fruits, and which are not modified, but which you get directly from the soil and are not processed or not. Unprocessed vegetables, unprocessed fruits, should be consumed as whole fruit and not as fruit juice or canned juice. Then the third very important food in Ayurveda, and in the whole Ayurveda culture, that food is important, is ghee. Ghee is clarified butter. And that too, in Ayurveda, it is mentioned that you should be having, there are two types of cows. There are A1 cow and A2 cows. These are the worldwide norms for the cows. So which are Western world, most of the cows are A1 cows. And here in India, we have A2 cows. So that A2 cow ghee, milk ghee, or clarified butter is the healthiest food in all over the world today. So because that increases your immunity, that gives you stamina, it helps you to focus better, it also helps you to improve your gut health, you are it also helps you to delay your aging. And for sports person especially, inflammation is the most important thing, because when they are practicing, their muscles, their tissues, they get inflamed, and it is very important to bring down that inflammation as early as possible. And this is where this consumption of ghee helps you.
Okay, that's duly noted. And I guess those are advice that work for everyone, not.
Yes, it does.
Okay, that's really amazing. So, are you following the Olympics?
Yeah, I am.
Which is your favorite sport, or what sport would you do if you were participating to the Olympics?
My favorite sport is archery. I don't know to play it, but my favorite sport is archery.
Nice. You're so good, like Indians, Nepalese, and this
Yes,
South Asia.
yes, yeah.
That's cool. Nice. It's so different. Yeah, the culture of sport is so different according to the country where you are. So it's cool. Nice.
No, actually, Jonathan, archery has been there here for centuries.
Yeah, you're right.
Even in our mythological stories and our texts from the ancient history, the archery was there. So actually, it has been there. In fact, it has not developed so much in our country still as a sport, but it was always there in India.
Okay.
Yeah.
My mistake. Good stuff. So we're reaching the end of the show, and one question we ask to our guest is their favorite food. My apology, I forgot what you said last time. What are your favorite foods these days?
My favorite foods are, as I said, ghee is integral part of our food. We even cook vegetables in ghee. We even eat ghee as it is, as raw ghee also we eat. So that is one of the elements of the food. And other what I like is cottage cheese. I like vegetables. So, and salads. That is my favorite food.
Okay, noted. Thanks for sharing.
Yes.
And yeah, most importantly, you've shared so much knowledge, so much actionable tips, etc. But if people want to know more about Ayurveda, or they want to get a treatment, or
Yes.
how can they do that?
They can contact us. I will give you my website details and contact details. I will send it to you. If you can put them at the end of the podcast, that would be really great.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if people are afraid to come to India or don't know where to start?
Yes, people are free to come to India. We take care of their all the travel needs, including their visas, including their accommodation, and what any kind of procedure they want to get it done. So we do that. So they just have to book the procedure with us, and right from the airport, pick up their accommodation in the hotel. Everything will be taken care of. And all the procedures that we do are absolutely safe, and I have been practicing for 30 plus years, and details will be shared by Jonathan on the podcast.
I will. That's so cool. So basically, you can treat any patient with
Yes,
whatever objective they have. You can help any patient from all around the world.
yes, anywhere in the world, they just need to contact us, and we will give them as I mentioned, all kinds of services once they book the procedure with us.
That's amazing. Okay, nice, good to know. Any advice you'd like to share to our listeners to conclude this episode?
Yes, I would like to just tell all the listeners that please follow a healthy lifestyle, because we all are that in today's age we are all are going to live very long. So kindly sleep well, sleep at least 6 to 7 hours in 24 hours. Do not overthink. Eat healthy food, eat organic food, and try to eat whole foods and not the processed foods.
Amazing. Thank you so much for all those tips. You're so generous, and we really appreciate that. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Jonathan, for having me. Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure, Dr. Pornima Mhatray.
And just like that, we've reached the end of another enriching episode here at Sharing is Caring. A huge thank you to Dr. Pornima Mhatray for joining us today and sharing her extensive knowledge on the holistic approach of Ayurveda and its myriad benefits, from enhancing athletic performance to improving mental health and overall well-being. It's always a pleasure to have Dr. Mhatray with us, enlightening us with practical tips on how to incorporate Ayurvedic practices into our daily lives, whether it's adopting breathing exercises, integrating millets into our diet, or understanding the profound impact of meditation on our focus and endurance. There's so much we've covered today that can help transform our health routines. We hope you found this episode as fascinating and useful as we did. If you're looking to make some positive changes in your life or just curious about Ayurveda, why not give some of Dr. Mhatray's suggestions a try? And remember, we love hearing from you. Drop us a comment with your thoughts, experiences, or even questions you might have about today's topic. Before we sign off, make sure to check the podcast description for Dr. Mhatray's contact details and website if you're interested in learning more or considering a consultation. She's offered to assist with everything from travel arrangements to personalized treatments, making holistic health more accessible than ever, no matter where you are in the world. Goodbye, everyone.